Release the Kraken!
Hey, Arty Army Hearties, me and Dave right here want to show you something very special today, and that is a world edit system. So if I just show you the basics, is if I place down these blocks right below me by just selecting the item in my hand, you can see that I'm placing, that I'm actually painting right in the sky below myself. So this is the basis of the World Paint program. I can also remove it. It's not a program, it's a command block thingamajig, which you can use to probably terraform, stuff like that. You select the last slot to select your brush size. So if I select the brush size 2, I'll see that I'm going to place a 3x3x3 block right below me. And it is right below me. It did look like it was off to the side, but it's placing it right below me. And you select the item you want in your slot, and you can use, of course, any blocks you want. I just used wool here because it was easier for me, and you can then delete it if you want to. So what you can do with this is probably what I see most likely is some kind of terraforming. If you have a landscape which you don't want really to terraform by hand, so kind of like a map making thing. It's going up works really fine, going down is kind of a problem, but you can probably solve that somehow yourselves. It's kind of a fun idea anyway. You can also use it as a paint program or as a painting tool. So if you just select one, you can paint stuff on the floor like this. Some beautiful lines with a green dot surrounded by blue. It's a helicopter pad. And you have the eraser tool. So if I just use that, I can use the biggest size. I have the erase tool where I can easily erase what I've done. It's the same size as the different brushes, which are 1x1, 5x5, 1x1, 3x3, and 5x5. So I'm now using the largest size to quickly erase what I have painted right here in the world. So yeah, let me show you kind of how this works. I won't show you extremely in depth, but you will probably have a pretty good understanding of how this works once I am done teaching you. So let's take a look at this guy. We have two scoreboards that we are using. They are color and brush. It's the size of the brush and the color we are using, or the block, of course. We can use any type of blocks that we want. Now the first thing we have here is this line of tellraw commands. So this is just testing for what item slot I have currently selected. And it's testing for the last slot, as you can see there. And this just activates 3 tellraw commands that are brush size 1, 2, and 3. And these set my brush scoreboard to either 1, 2, or 3. And we are using them over here. Another thing we are doing, which is also testing for what item slot we have selected, and we're testing for 0, which is the one that's on right now. The clock is turned off right now, so it won't change, but if I select this one, it will go here, then here, 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 etc, etc, and it will set our color to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up to 6. Now the 0 doesn't do anything because I wanted a option to not destroy everything below me, or destroy or terraform or whatever you want to do with it. So the command blocks that actually do something are these on the side here. As you can see, these are the fill clock, and this is a toggle on and off, so it's just set block air. So these are the brush size 1, these are the brush size 2, and the brush size 3. and we have the color white, black, red, green, and yellow, and then we have the erase tool. So if we take a look in this command, you will see that it is a execute command, and we are testing for a specific score in the color and a specific score in the brush. So here we're testing for color that is a maximum of 1 and a minimum of 1. That means that only if the score is 1 is this going to be true. And only if the brush is 1, this is going to be true. That means that everything in this has to be true, and then it will fill the block below me with one block of wool. So that is when we're using the smallest brush size and color 1. So it's a combination of those scoreboards together. So if we're using the brush 2, it's going to look for that our color is 1, and it's going to check for our scoreboard brush. It's going to be 2. If those both are correct, then it's going to fill a 3x3x3 area below us with the wool, with the white wool, and then finally it's going to check for brush 3, and if that is true, it's going to fill a 5x5x5 area. Now this is the exact same for the other ones, except that we have changed the color. So if we take the green, the color will be 4, and the block that we are placing is going to be wool 5, which is the lime wool. Now you could of course use stone, grass, anything you want, and use this as a terraforming tool, which I think is the best use of it if it has any real use other than making modern art. So if we take a look at here, you will see that it's color 4 and brush 2. So it's a combination. So you can see that the colors are the vertical lines and the bushes are the horizontal, or the brush sizes are the horizontal. The erase tool is simply replaced with air instead of a actual block. So that is the way it works. I hope you enjoyed this video. You will find a downloaded description of the state of the map is in right now, about the same that it is right now. And you can try it out for yourself. Be careful, because if you start the clock and you select something and you do this, you break everything. Okay, now I destroyed the clock, so it doesn't work anymore. So be careful about that. If you come from the other side, you will delete every single command block before you destroy the clock. Of course, I have already saved the map, so I have a backup. Maybe that is a good idea, to actually set up a backup before you try to have it on. And that is why we have the redstone block here, so that you can be safe around this area. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like and comment and share and stuff like that, and subscribe if you want to. There's going to be more of these videos in the near future, not with the world edit, but some minor functions of the command blocks is probably going to be released in the near future. So I hope you will enjoy those, and I shall see you in the next video. See ya!